What's happening? Welcome back. I'm Adrian, and this is What the Pun. So, you may remember quite a while back, I did a series of videos on the Peugeot E208. It was all made possible because of the car subscription service from on.to. If you missed out, here's a link for you to catch up. For a lot of us that still have combustion engine cars, and maybe contemplating the idea of going electric, basically at the moment, to get an idea of if an electric car would be okay with your day-to-day life and your current needs, it's basically going to a showroom and booking a bit of a test drive. And with this kind of experience, it may not answer all the questions on your mind about how an electric car will fit into your lifestyle. Luckily, there are quite a number of different services available now which allow you to take an electric car out for quite a decent amount of time. Basically, then to see how this would fit into your lifestyle. And today, I will go over some of these different services and go over some of the things that you need to know about each and every one of them. To start off with, we have Turo. Turo, I would say, is like the Airbnb but for cars. A very, very flexible car rental service. You can browse from your smartphone, tablet, computer, and get everything booked within minutes. They also have electric cars, which is why we're mentioning Turo. And they're as flexible as basically you can take out a car for as little as a day. You can have it collected or delivered. And they have electric cars. Well, it's all dependent on areas. So from where I am at currently, I can book electric cars like the Nissan Leaf for 39 pounds a day, to something a bit more exotic like the Porsche Taycan for about £370 a day. And like I mentioned, what is available in your area may vary from myself. Something you do have to bear in mind when taking out a car with Turo. So with some cars there may be different mileage limitations, but if you require unlimited mileage, that would be at an additional cost. Also, other things that you do need to know during the checkout process is the other additional extras, such as if you'll be carrying pets in the car, so that will be additional fee per day as well. Different protection plans, and also if you prefer not to have to fully charge the car up to a certain point when returning it, so there is a fee to just return it without a minimum charge on the battery. So some of these extras may vary depending on who you're taking the car out with. Great thing about Turo is that, like I mentioned, they're one of the most flexible car rental services available, and you can book something for a very short duration of time with very short notice within minutes. And the prices aren't too bad for most of the cars they have on a per day basis, and the selection is great, but that's also very dependent on the area that you're in. The problem I find is that if you plan to take a car for a long period of time, obviously it's going to be very expensive. Though they do give you optional extras at checkout, they don't include things such as charging services. So if you do end up going to a Shell, Recharge, or PodPoint, or ChargeMaster points, then you will have to pay the charging rates for those services. Next up, we have on.to, a service I'm quite familiar with as I've taken out a Peugeot E208 with them for a month. If you plan to give them a try, I have left my on.to referral code in the comment box down below. So, currently, on.to have about 21 different electric cars available for you to take out. And this basically starts from about £339 a month for the Volkswagen E-Up, and can go all the way up to £1,299 a month for a Audi e-tron 55 Black Edition. And minimum term with on.to is 1 month. But do bear in mind, if you plan to either cancel after the month or change the car after the month as well, then you do need to, I believe, roughly give them about 2 weeks notice. So about halfway through, just make sure you give them a call, just let them know you plan to have the car collected after your month is done, or have the car changed over after the month as well. So, as standard with the on.to car subscription service, you get 1,000 miles for the month. You get car insurance, which is fully comprehensive, and a wide variety of charging services for free, which includes the BP Pulse network, Shell Recharge network, InstaVolt, and the Tesla Supercharge network as well. Also includes breakdown cover, maintenance and servicing, and also road tax. Something you do need to know about the on.to car subscription service. So the prices shown do not include the delivery charge. So depending on the vehicle, delivery charge can cost between £50 to £100. And when you have the car collected, they will also charge you the delivery charge once again. And if you need a bit more miles for the month, you can increase it between up to 250, 500 or 750 miles, and this can cost between £30 to £105. I honestly love the on.to car subscription service. I just love how everything pretty much is included. But if you do plan to take out a car with them, just think carefully what you might need for yourself as additional extras, just to make your journey with them a little bit better. Another thing you need to know, cool things, all their cars you can actually lock and unlock from your smartphone. So all you need is the on.to apps, and basically it's linked to your on.to account, and because your smartphone will have the on.to app with your on.to account, then it would already know what car you've taken out, and from the app you can basically lock and unlock, and you can track the mileage you've done for the month as well. But it is a little bit buggy. Well, when I taken out the Peugeot E28, the app was a bit buggy, so I had some trouble with it at first. Hopefully they addressed a lot of those problems by now, I hope. There are other EV subscription services out there similar to on.to, which allow you to take a subscription for as little as 1 month as well. But what you need to know is that not all of these services are quite the same or include the same services. For example, Electric Zoo, though their monthly costs on average look like they're less than on.to, what you need to know is that they charge you a damage waiver upfront and a non-refundable admin fee as well. So damage waiver varies from car to car, but for example with a Renault Zoe, you would be looking at about £620 damage waiver upfront. And for example, for a VW ID3, you could be looking at about £1,120. You do get the damage waiver refunded. That's if when you return the car, it meets their criteria. And like I mentioned before already, admin fee of £120, that is non-refundable. One other thing you need to know, I think delivery charges of the car works out to be about £1.80 per mile from Coventry. So, for example, if I was to take out a car with Electric Zoo, I'll be looking at roughly £156 to have a car delivered from Electric Zoo. Another thing you need to know is that charging services from Shell Recharge, BP Pulse, InstaVolt, ChargeMaster, whichever one, with Electric Zoo, that is not included. Next up, we have Elmo Drive, a service that's very similar to on.to, a very good selection of EVs, probably more than on.to to be honest. And in terms of their pricing, they are very competitive. I did a quote with Elmo Drive, and the delivery charge for them to deliver EV to myself, I was looking at £11. Standard monthly mileage with them, you are looking at 800 miles for the month. For roughly an additional £20 to £30 a month, you can add an additional 200 miles. They do charge you a £95 admin fee as well. Then, next up, you do have other subscription services from the likes of Volvo, Pivotal, and Kazoo. They do also offer a very inclusive package for the subscription service, but the only problem I find is that the minimum term with them, you are looking at 3 months. So if you're planning to get a taster of what life would be like with an EV, maybe 3 months is a little bit too long for a taster. So basically, I won't go into too much detail about their services. There are other EV rental subscription services I've not mentioned today, but I believe the ones I've mentioned are probably one of the best ones you can go for currently to give you a good taste of EV life, and if that's something that you'll be ready for in this current moment in time. So maybe next time I'll go over some of the EV rental services from the likes of EV Hire, EV Go, and eVision. So that's it from me today. I hope you found the information I've gone through today useful and helpful to yourself. If there's some things you'd like to see me do in the future, please feel free to drop your comment in the box down below. So, if you're not already a subscriber, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell. That is it from me today. You take care, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.